So, oftentimes, one of my newer purchases will be based on something that I'd gone over just a couple of weeks earlier. In this particular case, it was my first reaction to the Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger stuff, and I was also at the exact same time I also did a commentary on or in the first like 10 15 minutes of that. Yeah, it was about 15 minutes of that. I was talking about Mashin Sentai Cure Measure, and what I would like to get and what I would not like to get, things like that. And then right after that, I unboxed the Cure Mazen and I talked about Cure Measure a little bit more then. And then I also talked about the like the day before I talked about oh gosh, I've already forgotten what this is called. Railway Vanguard with the Omega Rail Saber, which is sitting right there. So it's sitting right here. See, I'll prove it to you. See, it's sitting right here. Here's what do you call it? Heatwave Savers sword. So yeah, I still have it and I still like it. Somebody asked me in the comments, "Oh yeah, it's unfortunate that the tail is curved." Actually, it's not, or it like the comment was that it was by design that it was curved. I don't think so. I think this was a quality control issue or maybe a manufacturing issue where the blade, and I'm going to exaggerate here, where the blade curves the further up the top it goes, because it's the tail for the oh, what's it called? It's the tail for the, I've got it right here, Blazing Phoenix. That's what this is. But and then like, oh yeah, it's curved like a tail feather. I don't think so. I think it's a quality control problem. So yeah. But anyways, I was talking about Railway Vanguard, which is trains that transform into animals that combine and then they combine a second time. So those three issues kind of all happening within a week of each other led me ultimately to this. And what is this? I really should have pulled up the full name of this thing before I pulled it out, but I don't care anymore. It's actually one that I've been talking about for a while now. I've wanted to get for a while now, and I just, you know what? Just flipping get it already. Stop your whining. Just get it over with. It's the DX Safari Gao from Resha Sentai Tokyuger Da Movie, and it's whatever the movie is called. I don't even. So I've been talking about this for. I think this came out in 2014, and I was like, Ava, just get it. Why are you? Stop your whining and get it. So I paid a little more than MSRP, and whatever. Yeah, it's a terrible intro. I should totally reshoot that before I open the box. Oh, too late. I already cracked the seal. Also, around the same time, I rediscovered the Tokyo opening theme, and it's like, oh, that's got a really good energy to it. So that further motivated me to finally get this. I should also point out this is my very, very first Tokyo purchase. I have nothing from Tokyo until now. I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted to. I'm really tempted to pull out the instructions for Kira Mazen and compare it to this and see like the 5 year difference between 2000 or 7 year difference between Tokyo and Kira Measure. It's like the instructions, as I explained in my previous videos, like the instructions for Kira Mazen were bullshit. It's like, I'm tempted to, what? I'm not even gonna crack the seal. I'm not even gonna crack the seal. Now you can see there's the tape. You can't see it. See there's the tape sitting in the center there. So I'm not even gonna crack the seal. I think it's fairly safe to figure this out. I think the only thing I might get confused on is like which leg goes on which side, but I think they got that fairly well sorted out. Oh, and they've got warnings. They've got warnings. Let's see. They got warnings right there. Let's see. What do we have here? Pinch points. Lots of pinch points, surprisingly. Don't pick it up by here. Don't pick it up by there. Watch your fingers here. And what is it? Yeah, so basically it's nothing but pinch point warnings. Okay. It is both a bushy lion's tail and it has kind of a flame appearance to it, which, okay, I can live with that. But it's still very much a crossing guard sign. I don't know why they. Well, I guess I can't be mad about that. But unfortunately, we've lost the ability to turn it into a blaster because the end is covered up. Although if Double O Quanta taught us anything, it's that you can turn a gun, or you can make a gun out of absolutely anything, including a sword, where it doesn't have a barrel coming out of it, so whatever. Also, it tips the other way for some strange reason, which I didn't know until just now. Okay, so I've got a gun. This is good. Pretty much since the announcement of Safari Gao, I was like, I would rather get Safari Gao versus getting the regular Tokyo. Just, I suppose I'm obligated at some point in this video to say, how can you fuck up trains? I've been saying that for... No, this couldn't have come out 2014. Or did it? I suddenly don't remember. But yeah, they fucked up trains. How do you transform a train? You just disconnect the couplers, and that's it. You do the barest minimum transformation, which is to say, none whatsoever. Although, I mean, I wasn't opposed to the interlocking thing, which you're going to be seeing in a moment here. But it's like, well, you just disconnect the train cars, train engines, and that's it. And okay, whatever. But then, what do you do after that? Wow, that's a lot longer than I thought it would be. That's what she said. On the flip side, this bag, it's weird. In the when I was unboxing Kira Mason, I was like, this bag is way too big for what's being contained on the inside. I think it's safe to say you can say exactly the same thing here. Somebody complained. They're like, Ava, why are you complaining about the size of the bags? It happened years ago. Shut up. I'm like, no, you shut up. Anyways, yeah, the size of that bag is. You don't need it that big. It's not even for padding at this point. It's just like, eh, just make a custom bag, custom size bag. Anyways, and I do not know the names of the individual trains at this point. I really, really need to learn to pull up the wiki before I start recording. Anyways, Tokyo was okay. I did like the little flourish they did with the head, where it's a pair of doors that open up, that they slide to the side and then they squeeze in. I did like, okay, yeah, visual cue, yeah, it's okay, but it's just so. It's not that it's really wide, but just when you look at it from the front, it's really narrow. Just it doesn't do anything. There's no. The proportions were really weird, and they put more energy into having the legs splay a little bit than they did to actually bulking up this train mode. So Tokyo was okay. It was okay. It wasn't. I suppose the biggest part about Tokyo is like, uh, I don't know, just But Safari Gao, I think the color scheme, the change in the color scheme helps a little bit because it's uniform blue and white, and then you have the individual colors attached to that. So that changes things up nicely. And then they added an animal theme, which I could believe that like Japan, obsessed as they are with their Shinkansen, that they would be they would not be opposed to making painting the livery of a train, give it an animal themed livery or something like that. So. And I have to remember all the different the other robos and things like that. What was it called? What's the second robo? Dieselo. Dieselo was okay, but again, it suffered. It was like really thin. And the color scheme, they actually use kind of a maroon, kind of a rusty red color, which like, wow, okay, I can live with that. That's different. Okay, sure, why not? This is all the Kipley bits I'm attaching here on the back. Oh, that's right, it's tilted a little. I forgot. Now, does this is the lion? Is it like just the name of the animal and then Russia? Where does the sword go? The sword goes nowhere, so I guess the sword just kind of pops up out of nowhere. I thought it attached to the trains though. So anyway, here's the. You know what? Stop being lazy, Ava. Pull up the wiki. Stop being lazy. Yeah, okay, so this is the Lion Russia, which, to be fair, does not look bad. It's both a train and a lion at the same time, and I am not opposed to this. Although I think more than, oh no, because it was a what was it called? It was a steam. It was a steam train. That's why I was like, what's all this stuff on the side here? All this. Admittedly, I mean, there's a lot of really nice surface detail in here. I'm not going to argue with that. Oh, that's weird. This says Bandai 2013 made in Thailand, and yet there's a copyright. Oh, probably because it was a movie. So was this manufactured? Oh no, they're manufactured a year ahead of time, but the copyrights are 2000. That's weird how they'd have two dates on here. I wonder why. Hmm. Okay. So, anyways, um, and then there's all the kibble on the back. There's all the Safari Gao stuff right back here, with the exception of this and the head there. So yeah, there's all the extra bits. They're exclusive to this set. It just clips on there, or actually, it's really convenient that it just clips on, and then you can take it off. You know, you had nothing to worry about. So, and yeah, it looks like yeah, the trains can still attach. I think the only thing that I'd have room to complain about is that none of the cars turn, with the exception of being able to disconnect to this for the whatever the Russia changer. I don't know. With the exception of this, which by the way, hmm. Yeah. Anyways, with the exception of that, I wish that the trains would articulate, but they don't, except for the hitch points or whatever these are called. So yeah, it's just goes in a straight line, and that's kind of it. Although I did not know until just now, just because I haven't researched I mean it's been 7 years, almost 7 years at this point since Tokyo Drift came out. So like I didn't bother memorizing anything, but it looks like there's one, two, three sets of caster wheels on the underside here, and then there's another set of regular separate wheels here underneath my fingers here. They probably didn't paint that because things would rub up against it. Although, when has that ever stopped them? I just realized. Hmm. Okay, so there's the Lion Russia. Why is my hand out to the side here like that? Was okay. Unfortunately, having purchased Safari Gao first, I have now proven that I prefer movie exclusive repaints versus mainline robos or whatever it is. So it's not really deliberate. That's just kind of how it turns out. So like I already had Geki Toja, or rather I had the what was the Power Rangers equivalent? Jungle Fury Megazord or Jungle Pride Megazord? Was it Jungle Pride or Jungle Fury? Might have been Jungle Pride. I honestly don't remember anymore. Anyways, like I had the deluxe Jungle Pride Megazord, but then I sold it. Did I? Yeah, I sold it. I don't remember when or how. I think I sold it to somebody else, something like that. Anyways, oh yeah, I got the Jungle Pride Megazord, but then I wasn't thrilled with it. Silly me. I wasn't thinking at the time, or I was thinking at the time. I just didn't like it at the time, so whatever. I got rid of it, and then I went out of my way a number of years later, been 3, maybe 4 years ago at this point, that I got. All right, that I got the gold-colored Gekidosha, the Bandai Asia exclusive one, and I believe this is the Eagle Russia. And I'm just going to ignore that phone. An eagle strictly because it's just been repainted. The pattern on the front, and that's it. A little bit of a beak and some eyes, and that's it. But strictly paint. There's no indication of a remold or anything like that, because there isn't. And no, I do not know what the difference between the green Russia and the blue Russia. I don't know the differences between them. So other than like the shape of the cockpit or the shape of the front and the shape of the back, honestly, I don't know the differences between them. So I'm guessing this is the blue one, blue Russia ordinarily. And the details are fine. I mean, I've got no problem with that. If anything, the Lion Russia is more detailed just because it's got more wheels, and it's got more piping and stuff on the front. So yeah, and the way the coaches are designed, it was more about elegance and less about functionality. So this is going to have surface detail. They're just not going to be as bumpy and sticky outy. With the exception of I want to call this a telegraph so badly, but I'm not entirely certain. So does this move? Does it pop out? It does neither. Okay, so that's just permanently there, which is fine. So there's the Eagle Russia. And again, you can take it the front. Although I wonder why they did that. Like having the entire train attached to the front and the back. That makes sense. Which, by the way, I'm not going to demonstrate because I'm not going to do that. Although I might take these downstairs and take a photograph. I haven't decided yet. But anyways, what surprises me is that we've got these clips on the back that you can flip out, and then you can just have them lightly peg into place. And there's no snap; they fit strictly with gravity, and that's it. So the trains can do this, okay, but I am not certain as to why the the engine compartment or whatever it is, why those would be able to attach to each other individually. I'm not certain why. Maybe it's just because that's what trains do, I guess, is that technically speaking, these are just the engines, and then these are a pair of like cars or support cars or whatever it is behind. So maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to say that the actual engines can attach to each other. Maybe that's how it works. I don't know. Maybe if I'd watched the show. I've heard that Tokyo was a good show, even if the toy line was kind of eh. So I've been tempted a number of times to watch. Yeah, here you go. Here's the only articulation that the Rushes can do, side to side. That's it, and that's a hip joint, or that's a hip splay right there. That's it. It's one little touch. It's not even three. It's not even 5 degrees, and it's hugely obvious where it is right there too. Why even bother? Really? Because I mean, have you seen the size of the thigh gap on Tokyo? You didn't need to. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, movie exclusives. What do I want, the panda or the wildcat? I'm gonna go with the panda because pandas are fun. Oh, I'm sorry. Which one's this? This is the alligator Russia. So this is an alligator. Here's the alligator Russia, the other half. And again, let's see, how close are the dealings between the eagle and the... Are they the same? And again, other than the front and the back, how different are they? They look to be about the same. Even the telegraphs are the same. I suppose that'd be a way to save money, because like, how many different ways can you do a bullet train? I guess, or Shinkansen. How many different ways can you do that? Quite a few, apparently. But yeah, other than the length of the modified noses, they seem to be about the same. The same details one side versus the other. Hmm. Okay. So anyways, here's the... Did I say alligator? Yeah, here's the alligator. Nah, it's not an alligator. Yeah, it's an alligator. Okay. And please don't bring up the whole issue of, well, it's actually a crocodile versus an alligator. I'm not going to get into that because I think that like the difference between an alligator and a crocodile is like the shape of the eyes on top, where they're located, and then like whether the back of gator or the crocodile sticks out of the water or not. I think that's kind of the big difference. But at this point, I'm like, who gives a shit? They're both predators. You see that pair of eyes sticking out of the water, and you're like, nope, 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 and you run the fuck away. So yeah, don't talk. Please don't bring up gator versus crocodile because I'm just not even going to engage. And again, it's strictly um, a paint change. It's not the molding whatsoever. As far as I'm aware, the only one that got any mold changes done to it was the lion Russia. So there's an easier way, Ava. They look about the same. Yeah. Hmm. And again, the only train articulation is which way? This way. That's it. That's it. Like I said, it's not even 5 degrees. It's just the tiniest bit of why did you even bother, you know? You could have put your energies towards something else. Just saying. I don't know. And I'm going to take a guess and say that this is a panda. This is a panda and it's a subway car, so. And it's okay. It's fine. Whatever. It's got a cute face and whatever. Why a panda? Because it's the female mecha, and female mechas are automatically cute, you know. So. Rare, yeah, rarely do we have a female mecha where they do not have a cute, cute animal or just cute proportions or cute colors or something like that. It's just the way it works. It's really frustrating. This forms one of the arms, and it was really, really, really frustrating that perfect opportunity for articulation, and it would have been in the case of Tokyo Chair, it would have been perfect to have like a pop out joint that could. Does this turn? Oh yeah, it does turn. Okay. That this would pop out slightly, and then you could have an elbow right there. I mean, it's just right there for the taking, and you wouldn't even because this is a train, an articulating train, non-articulating bus. You could already have it set up where it can already tilt back and forth. So while it would have been strange to have elbows that bend backwards, at least we would have held elbows. Period. That's what they should have done, but they didn't because we need our gimmick, which is so yeah. Here's the panda, and it's cute and whatever. And then lastly, we have the so aptly named Wildcat Russia because they couldn't think of anything better to do. And to be fair, the design of the face is pretty doggone smart. I actually do like that. They managed to work in the paint design just in a perfect place that I can't even be mad. I can't be mad about that. They actually that one's actually justifiably well painted, or at least the type of critter whatever they chose. That's fine. Yeah, it's got the smallest face of the five, but like I'm not even gonna be mad. Wildcat. So, and I'm guessing this is the pink one because it's the left arm because heaven forbid the Pink Ranger be the right arm. Is that right? No, Pink Ranger's been because in Deca Ranger Robo, um, you had Pat Signal was the right arm, and that was the sword wielding. Okay, so anyways, yeah. So I'm guessing this is the pink one because it's on the right side. I don't know. And how close are these details? Yeah, they look about the same to me. Oh wait, are the front? No, the fronts are different. Okay. And those are the same, and those are the same. You would think they would have tried to mix up the left and right Russias, accordingly. You think they'd mix it up a little bit other than the heads, but I don't know. And I mean, aside from the oh really? Yeah, aside from the fact that oh, that's lazy. Aside from the fact that I don't care. Hmm. Okay. So there's the two females. They are cute and well painted. So, although blue, black, and white, I'm not sure how that's gonna roll out. But whatever. I thought there were a couple of different versions of Panda that like are not black and white. Maybe there's something else. I don't know. Now, because I have not seen the movie yet, or at least I won't until I watch the series or whatever. Um, I don't know which order. I don't even know if the Robo, if Safari Gao's combined form, if that even, or if the humanoid, if the Robo form appears first, or even appears at all. So I mean, it is on the box, but there's this whole lion mode. So it's like I don't know if the robot appears or not. Maybe if I actually open the wiki page, I might not have to worry about that. Okay, so it's got a CGI. That means yes. Safari Gata was formed by the five Safari Russia, okay, through the Russia Gatai command. When the robot itself is or while the robot itself is molded after the Tokyo, it first appeared as a giant lion formation before switching to its robot mode. Okay, answers that question. In lion formation, Safari Gao can use its claws as its primary weapon and can levitate itself, even allowing the Tokyo to ride on it. I don't know how I feel about that. Whatever. Oh, I get, yeah, because, like, Japan's obsessed with lions, so riding on a lion would, like, okay, whatever. In the Robo mode, it retains the claws from its animal mode and wields an unnamed sword themed after a lion's tail. Lion tail. Its finishing attack is the Tokyo Safari double kick, where both Tokyo O and Safari Gao slide on a pair of railways that bring them together, or bring them to their target before delivering flying kick attacks. Boring. Oh wow, the Tokyojers weapons change when they no, I don't want. So their weapons change in the movie? Alligator, yo. What the fuck, Panda? What the fuck? I've never seen this before, so like this is new to me. Safari Gao is similar to Victory Mars of QQ Sentai Go-Go 5 as both have a walker mode. Okay. Safari Gao contains a pun on Gao, the Japanese onomatopoeia for roar, in case you ever wonder what Gao Ranger, roar, roaring, which has been once used frequently, or which has been once used frequently by a lion-led Sentai. Gao Ranger is the link. Safari Gao is the second movie exclusive Sentai Robo to use the same mold as the Core Ranger's main Sentai Robo. The first was Engine Daishogun, which was from Engine Sentai Goanger. I'm confused about what they're trying to say about the panda and the wildcat. I'm not entirely certain what the wiki is trying to say. Wildcat Russia, although used by Tokyo 3 Go, actually uses the same mold as the Pink Russia, making it the first movie exclusive Sentai mecha to use the same mold as the mecha of a Pink Ranger. Oh, okay, that's trivial. Alright, that's trivial. And then 5 Go actually uses the same mold as the Yellow Russia, making it the third movie exclusive Sentai mecha to use the same mold as the mecha of a Yellow Ranger. I think they could have worded that a little differently in the wiki. So, yeah, because like I'm confused. I'm confused. Okay, so the line mode was first. So we'll start with the line mode first. I've actually been interested to see how these operate. So here's my question. Once I put it on, oh, there's a button on the top. That's why. Okay, I was not looking in the right place. Okay. Actually, maybe I should have done it this way. Oh well. What am I talking about? I'm the one who's doing this, not you. Oof, get out of there. Not certain how I feel about that having a slight tilt to it. Not entirely certain. I like that. I mean, to be fair, the idea of having the trains run right up against each other, that's not a bad idea. But kind of my first thought in that regard is thinking of uh, what's it called? The RV Robo, where all the cars are kind of lined up with each other, whatever it is. But I mean, doing it this way, I mean, this makes sense to have all the trains lined up vertically like this. The problem is like it's so thin from the side versus how wide it is. And then there's a little bit of some stuff in the center, and there's a little bit of stuff in the center and the back. And just, and I totally did this wrong because I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, anyways, like I'm not opposed to having the trains light up like this. I wish it would bulk up a little bit more. Come on. I might actually need the instructions, except I won't, to get these dealt with. Okay, so yeah, I might actually need the. Well, no, maybe not. You know, Ava, you might actually need to pull the instructions out for this one. I mean, I can do the robo easily enough, but the lion mode, yeah, I might wanna. I think I'm gonna need the instructions for the lion mode, just because like I'm not certain what 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 part goes where. So it's different enough from the regular Tokyo. Like, yeah, I'm gonna need some instructions. I can do the rest, just not the line mode. And also on here they have they list out the instructions for how to combine the various rushes with the I think it's the Tokyo changer. And there's a promo. What's this? Oh, that was the Orange Ranger, whatever his name was. And I think that's talking about a cell phone. I could be wrong. Okay. Boy, it sure is nice to have instructions for. Whoops. Wait, did they have? No. Wow. Look at all these instructions. Good grief. Oh, you can attach the train, the whatchamacallit to the line. Okay, so where does that go? I'm just gonna do it while I'm thinking about it. So here's the lion. Wait, I lost it. Where is it? It's on the front. Okay. So, oh, good. Okay, that's good. That means you can attach that to. Okay, okay. I didn't know that. So, okay, good. I didn't know. Okay, now to get to the actual relevant stuff. I wonder if it's possible to accidentally attach to the wrong side. Nope, they won't let you. That's good. Okay. At least they got at least they got that part right. Can't accidentally attach to the wrong side. Okay. Oh. Okay. And that doesn't snap into place, really? Oh, because when you flip the hood over, it solidifies. Okay. All right. So that's going to be loose. Okay. I've never played with Tokyo nor Safari Gato, so like I don't know how this works. Okay. Now I know. Now I know what's going on. And as soon as I say that, I screwed up. Okay. So it looks like the big difference between Tokyo and Safari Gato's Lion mode is you take off the front the center three rushes. You take off their engine components. That's the big difference. Okay. Honestly, this should have gone with a gorilla, maybe, but I can live with a lion. So, all right, yeah. Stick the tail on while I'm in the area. I don't know, tail down or tail up. I'll leave the tail up. That hangs down. That hangs down. Okay. And then the lion's paws. Oh, to the inner side, really? Oh, it is the inner side. Okay. I think that's it. Do I have everything? Yes, I have everything. Now the instructions will go away. And here we have Safari Gao with its lion mode. Which, okay. Trains turning into, 5 trains turning into a line. Okay, I can live with that. It's a little square, as the case may be. It's a little square, but like I can appreciate it for the effort. Although I do wonder why it is that the red Russia would have the ability to take this off and then attach it here. That would have to be built into the Russia, because it's like, well, I guess they were planning for Safari Gao for the ability to do this. So I guess it means you can take the red Russia or the red train Russia, whatever it's called. Yeah, red Russia, and stick it on here. Are they just called by their numbers? Okay, yeah, it's just color. It's just color Russia. Okay, all right, that's easy enough to remember. Yeah. And again, just because ordinarily you would flip the head over and that would secure this back component, but for the time being, this is loose. So you just gotta, whoa, don't do that too much because then that will happen. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, be aware that's gonna be loose. I mean, it does ratchet down here, but it doesn't snap or peg or click into place. It's just a lightweight Russia ratchet. Reshat? And then the rest of it just kind of hangs out in the bottom here. So arguably it has articulation in line mode. Arguably, I kind of wish that the back legs have been able. Yeah, I wish that the back legs have been able to move a bit. But I mean, I guess that's something. Actually, that's kind of a nice view right from here. That works. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's something. Kind of the only thing I wish they had done is I kind of wish that the mouth could open up, but I can live without it. Like it's good where it is. It's like, okay, there's enough of the train sticking out that like you don't have to worry about it. That said, that's not a bad main design. It's also not a bad main design. The mixing of the fur and the train trussels. Trussels, is that it? Rails. Well, that's not bad. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. And then the tail is just nothing. And no, you cannot attach it the other way. They won't let you. So it's just going to stick out like that. And then I pushed it in the wrong place. The tail can go up. Ratchets every 45 degrees. You can even put it straight down if you wish. So. And then here's the Safari Gao exclusive piece right here. It forms the butt. Oh, I just realized. Oh, no, no, that's not true. Never mind. My mistake. Or is it? No, it's not. Okay. And there's wheels there. Why? Why are there wheels? Whoa, these cannot move. Why can these not move? That's why. Oh, that's why there's wheels. Okay. Okay. So there's Safari Gao in its line mode. I approve. And like I said, it's a bit square, but I can live with this. This is good. I can live with this. This is good. Trying to think of any other like movie exclusives, repaints, or whatever I've got. I can't think of it. Oh, why did I take the paws off? Leave them. Take them off. Although you have to take the paws off in order to. They've got lights well, they're molded in, but they've got lights molded in. I mean, like these are cow catchers or whatever you want to call them, and then there's lights right above it. It's kind of nice. Gives it kind of a steampunk aesthetic, honestly. That's not bad. I can live with that. I think the only thing I'm worried about at this point is um, where the where the where this thing's gonna go. That's the only thing I'm worried about right now. And then bring that up. And I'll get to that feature in a moment, don't worry. And this goes under here. It fits just fine. Cool. Leg splitto. It's so pointless. I mean, it's the difference between this and this. It's so small, like, why'd they even bother, you know? I mean, I would not have been... would I have been... Why are those on a spring? Oh, that's why. Okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, it's so small. Flip this around. I like the head design. The only thing I question is why it's got a ring around it. I'm not entirely certain why. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just like, why is it there? And then this. Gee, maybe you shouldn't have put the instructions away quite so early. Yeah, the only thing I wanted to know about is where's the kibble going to go. Oh, it goes on top. It goes behind its head. Okay. So the Safari Gao kibble just goes on the back like that. And then the weapon gets stored on the back like... Get in there. There we go. The weapon gets stored in the back. I'm assuming this also works with the regular Tokyo. I'd be surprised if it didn't. And no, it does not tilt all the way back like that. So I'm going to leave that down because I can. And there you have Safari Gao. And it's, yeah, you don't want to hang on to the legs. It's so small. There is, stop it. There's Safari Gao in its robo mode. There was a lot of imagination involved in this one. I think that this is a case where the uniformity of the color scheme works against it. Like it works well for the individual trains, and then it doesn't work as well, or it works okay with the line mode, but then when you get into robot mode, it's like it's just nothing but white from the front. It's not until you turn it from the side, it's like, yeah, okay, now you've got some color variations in there. I show the black on that side. Then you get some color variations, you know. But if you look at it directly from the front, it's a bit on the bland side. So, yeah. And these ratchet every 45 degrees. And again, I wish they had elbow articulation. Although there was a Super Sentai Artisan popped up around 2014ish, which was specifically aimed at collectors, and they did include little attachment pieces where you could attach little accessory pieces. You could attach them between the two, and then you would get an elbow articulation. But you know, you had to pay an extra 100, I don't remember. Did it come with uh, the LED light up train tracks or train trestles? Is that, I think that's where that came from. But you know, I'm not going to get the huge thing. Pay another 150, $200. So that's probably more sought after just for the display base than it was for the elbow pieces or whatever it is. So, but yeah, again, I wish there'd been elbow articulation. Perfect opportunity because they're bloody trains, by the way, and they just didn't. Instead, they decided to give us a wrist. And while I'm not opposed to wrist articulation, Actually, it's not even articulation because it's only ratcheting every 90 degrees. But that being said, I wish they'd given us elbows. Perfect opportunity, and they didn't. So, and then officially and technically, you're supposed to keep the lion's paws attached to it. So, although because it comes with a sword, which is customized, obviously these claws are. Oh, you cannot reattach the claws. You cannot store them. Okay. There is one thing I just now noticed. Should I complain about this? Maybe, maybe not. Um, the telegraphs and the end of the sword, right there, and the other telegraphs up here are unpainted. So are these paws. The paws are also unpainted as opposed to the mane for the chest. That's been painted. So yeah. I'm not quite certain how I feel about gun swords, by the way. Oh, so it does have to turn both ways. Anyways, I'm not quite certain how I feel about gun swords. I mean, it's nice to have a Super Sentai robot that has an actual gun, but that said, having a gun that turns into a sword, you can kind of get away with that with role play. But when it comes to the robos, I don't know. I kind of wish they. I mean, a gun. Okay. To be fair, it's nice to have a Super Sentai Robo with an actual gun that actually holds a blaster of some kind. Because usually it's a sword, a shield, a spear, whatever. But rarely is it a shooting weapon. Usually that's built in or something like that. So, but the way they did it here, just paint applications on the lion are really nice. I mean, like really, really nice. They did those details very well. And the Safari Gao's own head is pretty good. There's a slight goof up on the gold paint of the ring. And again, I don't know why it has a ring around its face. I don't understand that. Maybe it's a reference to something that happens in the movie. I'm not certain. So yep, there's Safari Gao. Not bad. Not bad. Do not hang on to it by the legs because it'll just automatically reset. I mean, small as that is, it's not really designed to be held by there. And also, by the way, don't hang on to legs just simply because they're designed to pop off. So here it is, 7 years later. I'm giving this warning: don't hang on to the legs, and if you do, hang on to the thigh. So yeah, just grab it by the sides of the torso, and that's it. So there's Safari Gao. Yay! And no, you cannot store the paws when in the robo mode because ordinarily they're attached to the kibble, but the way it's shaped up right now, you can't do that. So I like the idea of the giant paws. That works on me. And I'll say it again: the engineering is fairly sound. With yeah, I mean the engineering is sound, and I suppose I'm obligated to point this out before the end of the video. There, I pointed it out. You're welcome. Yeah, the engineering is not horrible. There's really nothing here I can complain about in terms of like, oh yeah, playability, structural stability, paint applications. There's nothing really wrong with that part. It's just more, I wish it had done more, you know. Now, and oh, by the way, I just realized there's. Can I flip this open? Please tell me I can. Oh no, I can't. All right. Yeah, don't break that, please. Don't break that. Um, in terms of, am I going to get anything else from Resha Sentai Tokyujur? Ironically enough, about 3 or 4 years ago, Hobby Link Japan had a really big sale, and there was a bunch of Tokyujur stuff on sale at the time. And by the time I found out about it, it was already sold out. So I don't remember if I've actually said this out loud or not, but I would like to get the Diesel O. I still want to get that. And then I also want to get the police and fire rushes. And then kind of at that point, I'm good. So, which means no, I'm not going to be making the. Let's see, what are the combined forms? Does it say it here? Oh, I've never seen that one before. Oh, yes, I have. Okay. I would not be opposed to getting the Shield Resha. Like it exists, but I'm not in any hurry to get it. And there's also Build Dio, which I've got no interest in Build Dio. That's not. Well, no, I mean it's okay. It's okay. Just the combined forms that build Dio or whatever it is gets involved in. Those are what I'm not interested in. So would I get it? I'm kind of inclined to say no. I don't want to get build Dio. So yeah, I mean just the police Russia, fire Russia. Uh, if the shield rush is available, I might go for it, but I'm not bothered if I don't get it. So whatever. And then Diesel O. So kind of, and that would be it for me. So and even then, I'm not thrilled with that combined form. So even if I got it, I wouldn't be interested. Although all of a sudden now I want to get all the Russia or all the. I almost want to make Cho. I guess it'd be called Cho Safari Gao. I guess is what this would be called if I got this into a combination. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. But a Diesel Fire O Cho Tokyo Police Shield. All right, there's a possibility. Diesel O Police Fire. Diesel O Police. Oh, it'd be okay, so Cho Tokyo Fire. Cho Tokyo Police Fire. Okay, so it is possible to. Uh, wait, Cho Tokyo Police Fire. Fire. Wait, there's Fire Police and then there's Police Fire. Oh, because the arms are different. That's why the arms are different. I forgot. I was like, why would they have the same names appearing twice? Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I would like to get Diesel O just because it looks neat. Like, okay, I can live with that. And then the police and fire rushes. So, but beyond that, I've got no real big desire to get much else from Tokuger. So, this was not one of my better unboxings. Just kind of I was rambling on and for so long. So, sorry about that. But as I was closing up and I was about to start editing or whatever it is, I realized, oh yeah, there's one more thing I got to bring up. This came out in 2014. This came out in 2020 from China. And there's three modes built into this thing, and there's, well, technically three modes built into this. But if you ignore the fact that this is Safari Gao and then it's got that line mode built into it, technically this has only two modes built into it. And look how limited this thing is. Just the arms are just nothing, and it's very stock and steady. As opposed to Heatwave Saver here, which, if you can ignore the fact that it has wings, has articulating shoulders right there, and oh, by the way, it's got wings. Actually, don't look bad, and it actually managed to do an animal mode. So you've got the train modes, which, by the way, articulate very easily, annoyingly so, actually, in some cases. But then each one of those trains has an animal mode all by itself, and then they combine into this. And the parts for the others are actually all over the place. But just, yeah, I mean, this is so satisfying. And by the way, the proportions, I mean, the arms are a little short. I can live with that, whatever. But that being said, this still rocks pretty damn hard. Now, like I said, Safari Gao's got a bit more flash to it, so like that's the reason why I got Safari Gao versus Tokyo. So it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And like I said, the paint applications are pretty darn good. But that being said, this just has more play value with actually less paint. There's just blatantly more stuff happening here, and it's also far larger. Each train is very large on this. Now, I think the only disadvantage is that it gets to be kind of parts formery heavy, which is okay, that's understandable. So I guess in that regard, the Tokuger or the Russia series that does kind of have an advantage in that you don't have too much part swapping. The only part swapping you really got is that, and really that works in favor of trains, because trains you decouple this and then you add on a different thing. So that makes sense. Although the problem is that you've got a bunch of leftover parts left over, as opposed to finding some way. I suppose that's just the limitations of limb swapping, where you take a limb off and you set that off to the side and you put something else in its place. So I guess that's the disadvantage there. But it's really long and thin, and this is far from long and thin. You know, so yeah, and it actually has depth to it, and it has good proportions to it as well. If you ignore the fact this is Safari Gao, look at the proportions. That's actually it's actually pretty good over here on what's it called, Heatwave Saver. I have since learned the appropriate names. So I've got Heatwave Saver over here, and the sword. Oops. Yeah. The sword is not bullshit either. It actually looks like a sword, and it has kind of a flame pattern to it, which obviously Safari Gao tried to do the same thing. And keep in mind, these two robos are about the same height, but look at the differences in their swords. Look at that. There's no questioning what the superior weapon is here. So yeah. Um, Now, obviously, there's a difference of about 6 years between these two, and I'm suspecting that Battle Strike Team's Railway Vanguard probably got kicked off because of the Shinkalian thing, which, by the way, Shinkalian was probably inspired by this, or it came out around the same time. Honestly, I don't remember. Doesn't matter. But I just drew a blank. Yeah, there's a big difference here. And one more time, just because it's Safari Gao, it has another mode and it's got some extra stuff added onto it. Yeah, I prefer this over Tokyo, but if you take away the extra flashy bits, if you take away all of the stuff that's kind of unique to Safari Gao, if you take those things away, this is what you get. This is the standard Tokyo, just sans the other parts. And look how thin it is. Now, I can understand trains, but, well, look at what trains did. Look at the differences. Two different companies, two completely different approaches. Shinkalian ain't nothing to sneer at either. Shinkalian had some nice designs, just wasn't my line. So like I don't, or it wasn't my particular series. So like I don't care. But look at the differences, and look how much bigger the nose of these are compared to the nose of these. Look at that, and the two trains, the bullet trains or whatever it is that go into this, are far more articulated than any of these are, which is something I was complaining about as I was unboxing this. So yeah, I wanted to point that out, and it's only a difference of about 6 years, because this came out in the last quarter of or last quarter of 2020 in China, so they had the advantage, and they're like, yeah, uh, what's this called? Railway Vanguard had the advantage of about 5 or 6 years difference between the two, but Railway Vanguard just pulls it off so damn well that I can't help not comparing this. I mean, aside from toy design technology is not, CAD and all this stuff. It's not going to change all that much in 6 years. It's really, really not. So just look at the differences between them. Not just between different companies, but like what can be accomplished when you actually try to do something and you don't add in a gimmick. And by gimmick, I'm not talking about what is it, part swapping for the movie exclusive. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking specifically about this, which at the end of the day, that's not bad. But you know, they had to compromise they had to compromise articulation and transformation ability so that they could maintain the ability to separate some of these things, as opposed to this, which has no gimmick other than transforming and combining. That's kind of where I draw the line, is transforming and combining. This is just kind of, I suppose there's a degree of sensibility to this, but on the other hand, I just love the flash and the more detailed transformations and the more everything that this offers up just 6 years later. Okay, I think that's everything I can think of on tired. This was not a good unboxing. I'm sorry. I've just been rambling. Okay, so, and with that, this is Ava Unit 4A saying I really need to come up with a different outro for these videos.